Hello everyone, my name is QuadLy and welcome to the 4th episode of my Warframes Let's Play. In the previous episode, we defeated the Frost Spectre and got ourselves the Archwing, which will prove beneficial in the future. We also qualified for Master Rank 2 test, which we passed with flying colors. But what shall we do today? Archwing became one of the things I freaking love, contrary from how I used to feel about it. So I played a few missions of it. A careful eye might have spotted a spoiler there. I also qualified for Master Rank 3 test. It was all focused on melee and it is really good. Sadly, there is not many weapons in the market at this Master Rank I am interested in, so I only bought the Galatine, a massive effing sword that is really good. Continuing our quest of Mars, I played more missions of it, but I switched from solo to public mode. I was surprised how there was only one starter person who actually played at this level. It really boggles my mind since Spear on Mars was usually packed with squads as far as I know. I also destroyed one of the reactors and raided some walls when I found the Nighton sculpture. These things are extremely freaking rare to find in any mission. There is actually only a 10% chance one will spawn, so I picked it up, I went on my way, relishing in my lucky find. I also got a mod called Volcanic Edge from the 3rd vault of a spy mission, which is perfect since it boosts damage and also status chance. I use it constantly on my senior account. Let's talk about Mars. Mars was actually quite recently a very well established human settlement, which much like Egyptians believed into gods and monsters. So-called Golden Skymen were all the rage, the Orokin with their ships, but that is a story for another day. In the usual Grineer manner, the Grineer took up Mars as their own military base and exterminated the locals, all under the leadership of the big bad boss of the region, Lieutenant Lech Kril. A boss I remember I had to look up a guide to since he just didn't want to die. Taking him down is actually quite easy. Stay away or he will get you with his hammer, and out of sights or he will mow you down with his Gorgon. Try to shoot at his back into the orange circle and thus destroying his cooling system. When he is frozen, shoot at him and repeat. He did really fall down easily and gave us Excalibur parts. I was actually quite surprised at first, since this was not supposed to drop here. Long time ago there were frost bars that you could get from Kril, but I guess the times have changed. Doesn't matter though, Excalibur is probably the best choice to farm at this point. Frost is really overpowered at the beginning. Let's look at some more Mars. You might have seen that there is only one plant that grows, and that is Rook's Claw, named after a very angry Grineer general, which we will have to assassinate in not so near future. A huge deal on Mars are also the Cephalon fragments, which you will need to scan in order to proceed to the next planets. One will spawn per every mission, but it is really hard to find them, if playing solo. You don't need to pick it up, however, you need to scan the Cephalon fragments, so you will need scanners. To equip the scanners, you just go to your gear in your arsenal, choose one of the empty wheel spots and boom, you have it equipped. When in the mission, open the gear wheel with Q on PC, I don't really know the other buttons, and scan the fragment. You may also scan enemies actually and look for their weaknesses in the codex once they are green and scanned. If you have problems finding these, try playing on public since it is much easier to find them that way. You may also ask the other players if they can mark them for you. The community is awesome and for real it is super easy to find the fragments for higher ranking players. Since I am a lonely Tenno, I thought to myself, why shouldn't I join one of the Syndicates? The console available after we get Master Rank 3 will show you the Syndicates, organizations which are on friendly terms with one another or hate each other's guts. Actually, let's look at all the syndicates and what they can contribute to your efforts. All of the syndicates offer you mods, weapons, cosmetics, Archwing weapon parts and specters to fight alongside you. Remember that some syndicates have stuff and some don't, so be sure to look at the offerings for a bit. At the end, after you look at everything, just choose one you like feeling of the most. Let's look at them now. The Still Meridian are the rebel types that go after Grineer because they want to make a better future for everyone. They are also committing reverse genocide warfare, if that makes sense, since they are genetically different from actual Grineer. Arbiters of Hexis are meditating masochists that try to teach you of the true way to battle. You know, throwing yourself at the enemy and regretting it in an instant. They are lame AF. The Perrin sequence are basically corpus that were too snobby to be in the same faction, so they came to the Tenno. They suck. Cephalon Suda, also known as Demented Calculator, is terrible. Fuck her. New Loka are some fucking yoga practicing N-word saying assholes. Fuck them even more than Suda. And the last, you know which one I went for. The Red Whale are the conquistador genocide asshole types that want to eliminate all life from the universe with chemical weapons and gas chambers. Anything war crime worthy. Not so noble cause, but you do have to appreciate their effort and safety. Obviously this is only my opinion and I still joined them for the meme and edginess. Yeah, I sacrificed some of my belongings to join the SS and then went back to my Arbiter. In order to get yourself standing for the faction, you need to equip the symbol of the faction you're in, so I did. I also should mention that you may jump from one syndicate to another as much as you want. It will take time though to gather enough standing for them. And about standing, you gather it by just equipping the sigil and playing your games. It is quite nice. While I will get standing for Red Whale, I will also get some standing for the Steel Meridians since they are their allies. However, I will sadly be on bad terms with the Arbiters and New Loka, but oh well, you can be loved by everyone. Continuing with the Mars conquest, he had only one more mission to get over to the Phobos junction. Phobos is actually one of these stepping stones that will lead you to the Void, which is very valuable for any level of player. The mission I had to do is Corpus Sabotage, which has two different outcomes. When you get the coolant, you may put the canister in the marked area, or instead you may put the canister that drops from the other side of the reactor. Putting the coolant in will make the mission a mobile defense and leave the ship in white snow coat, while putting the orange fuel in it will make the ship riddled with magnetic anomalies that will drain all the energy from your warframe and make you lighter. People usually go for the orange fuel since it is much faster to go through the missions and there is no difference in rewards. Continuing to the Phobos junction, it is actually one of the easiest ones as far as I remember, but then I saw I haven't completed even one out of the 3 requirements. All of them are quite easy though, so yeah, it will just take some time. First one is quite self-explanatory, we just need to kill Grenier. The second and the third one though, they're a bit different. For the second one we already said that we need to scan the Cephalon fragments. The third last objective is to open 3 void relics, which is actually pretty easy. What you need to do is look for void fissures, which you can see in the upper right corner when you're looking at the star chart. Go into one of the unlocked ones and be sure to collect 10 reactant which drops from corrupted enemies. At the end you will get a reward, a prime part used to make prime weapons further into the game. That is where the real fun begins actually. We will not be advancing toward Phobos today, but I do feel like that it will be very easy, and I almost forgot, war is no more. Lucky me when I'm writing a script and I noticed that fatal flaw of not actually killing war in this episode, but yeah, I did. That is actually it for today. Hopefully you learned something new or at least enjoyed the video, but be sure to tell me which syndicate you went with so I can cuss you out. Just kidding. Thank you for watching, please like, comment, share, or maybe even subscribe, and also have a nice day. Bye guys!